Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. I put together a video to show how one man can waterproof the crawl space by installing the footer tiles and the pipe. We also have a link here for you if you would rather have us do it. We can definitely give you some help, save you some money. Here's a couple coupons. One is for a free inspection, and if you don't live in the Charlotte area, there's even a link. Maybe we can help you there too. Okay, let's take a look at the video.
Hey, good morning. This is Chuck with Apple Drains. Today we're down in a crawl space installing footer tiles, and what we've done so far is we've actually trenched around the entire perimeter, and we're going to be grading out the soil and putting the moisture barrier back, and then we're going to come back and put in some gravel perforated pipe, which all leads over to a core discharge at the lowest point of the crawl space. The reason we're doing this is because water's been coming through these walls and just totally flooding this crawl space every time it rains. And this soil is really wet. Take a look.
This is the back of the crawl space, and you can see just really how wet the soil is, and you can see that watermark along the wall itself. That water just sits in that soil, has no place to go at all. Here on the other side of the crawl space, the same thing. You can see that white powdery substance along the wall there. That's efflorescence. And if you look down through the trench, you can see water that's already seeped up through the bottom of the trench. Even though that's the footer, that's concrete that we're right on top of. That's seeped up through there and come right up into the trench, already starting to flow even without gravel or perforated pipe.
So this is what a footer tile looks like after you've trenched it. And you can see this runs all the way down to the corner. And in that corner, there is a hole through the wall. We call that a core discharge, and it sits right on top of the footer. Coming back, you can still see our trench. Goes around to that corner. And of course now it just continues up the back of the crawl space, going clear to the very back. This trench goes all the way around this crawl space, bringing that water down into the trench through the gravel perforated pipe, and it discharges over here at the core. Let's go over there and take a look at that core so you can see it. But there's where we're going to discharge, right down into that little hole, and that should go through the wall and on out into the ground. Now we did suggest putting a sump pump in this corner, lifting this water up and going through the wall here to the outside, because sump pumps do work better. They go down 2 more feet, surrounded by gravel, and the water does not stay in this trench at all. There's a couple obstacles here. You can see the sewer line where we had to go underneath of it. Now we're sitting right on top of the footer, so we really can't go any deeper. We don't want to go any deeper. We just need to be on the top of the footer to allow that water to come down from the top of the crawl space, which is way back there. You can't really see it in this picture, but comes all the way down through this trench and discharges over here at the core foundation.
Hey, if you live in the Charlotte area, be sure to download one of our free inspection coupons. And if you don't live in the Charlotte area, go ahead and click the link. I'm sure we've got some help for you too.
Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're installing the actual footer tile with gravel and perforated pipe. And we've got it stretched out there. And when you're all by yourself, you kind of roll out your pipe, pull it in, bring your bags of gravel in, one at a time. Takes a little while, but I guarantee you can do it. So here's our pipe, all stretched out way over into the neighbor's yard. And now I'm pulling it into the crawl space, and we're going to take it all the way up to that front wall, which you can kind of see up there. And we're going to start laying some gravel and some pipe. Should take us about an hour, hour and a half, or take me an hour, hour and a half. This is a project that you could do yourself, but if you have a helper, it sure is a lot easier. You know, these bags weigh about 40 to 50 pounds, and you got to drag them back. Of course, you're crawling, and it does take a while. It takes a lot of labor, but we did the hard part yesterday, and that was trenching out along the perimeter. So I'd say it'd take about an hour and a half, and I'll have this done. Take a look. So right now I'm pulling this pipe in. It's stretched out 100 feet out to the neighbor's yard, and I got to pull it all the way back here to the back. It gets stuck on corners. But that's all right. We'll get it. Okay, got some pipe back there. Now I'm going to start bringing bags of gravel. You can see what they are over here. There's our gravel by the door of the crawl space, and I have lots more in the trailer. We're going to bring those all the way up to that front corner where the light is. That's where I'll start. That's the lowest point of the least headroom of the crawl space, hardest area to work. Down here, lots of headroom. Well, you know, 3.5 feet. That's pretty good. So let's bring some gravel. This is one bag of gravel at a time. Okay, we've got some pipe back there and some gravel, but we just got to keep moving more, so hang in there. You know, I thought I could move 2 at a time, but can only take 1 back here in this tight space. A little slow going. Okay, so here's our perforated pipe that I've brought here to this tiny little corner of the crawl space. And you can see there's only about 2 feet, maybe 1.5 feet of room here at the beginning. But we're going to lay that, but first we have to lay a little base of gravel down in our footer in our trench, and then we put the pipe in, and then we'll cover it up. I've already laid the little base of gravel. Now I'm just going to pull this pipe around to the corner here and put it in the trench. Of course, it's stuck back there. What can you do? Now we're going to pour some gravel on top of the pipe. We've already got a base underneath. Now we're going to go get some more gravel. Be right back. We already have our base of gravel down underneath of this perforated pipe. Now we're just filling up the trench with gravel. And this is drainage rock. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot. Works great, allows water to perk right through it. Basically it floods from the bottom up into the holes in the pipe and is carried away. Lots of bags, about 60, 70 bags in this crawl space. But It goes real quick. Once we get the pipe installed here, then we just pour the gravel. Then when we're all done, we just take our moisture barrier and cover up the gravel, and that's complete. So you can see that was just a couple of bags and I'm already halfway down this wall. The hard part is bringing the gravel back here. Be prepared. Be prepared for some heavy labor. Okay, gonna go get some more gravel. See, getting around the crawl space with 50 pounds of gravel, it takes a little bit of work, but once you get back here, it's pretty easy. Just open up your bag and pour it. You can see our gravel goes around the corner up there. It comes down, comes around this corner, and we're here to here. We're almost out of the little crawl space. We just have one more bag and we're done back here in this real tight spot. And then things will go a lot faster. So that should do it for this corner. You can see we've come around. We've got gravel going all the way back up. So let's move on. So we're coming in the crawl space. You can see that we've laid the moisture barrier back down and we've put our perimeter tile all the way around this crawl space, the footer tile, and this is what that looks like. You can see our gravel perforated. Well, you can't see the perforated pipe, but you see the gravel. We bring that gravel right up to grade of the bottom of the crawl space, right here, of the dirt, and then we recover that with the moisture barrier. So this one's done. It all discharges over to that corner where I showed you the core drain, and this should keep this crawl space much, much drier. So this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.